Now before you close this video due to the graphics, if you are a Diablo old school gamer, and if you enjoyed playing Lineage 1 and 2, and if you are just a straight up gamer Chad, then this game can be for you. Let me explain why. And why this game has potential and everything you need to know to start today. Cause you might just have some questions before you spend too much time. Are you like me and always check App Store for potential Diablo games? Have you also tried most of them and now feel that, man, they are just the same? Then you are in for a treat. I have tested most of the games that has been out, the ARPGs, the RPGs, the MMORPGs, the MMOs, and even the most gacha games, and I still look for the game. A game close to Diablo 1 that I can play on my phone. I'm not gonna lie, there are and have been a few good ones over the years, but there's always something that's missing. Maybe I'm just too old, but some games are gems, and Eterspire is one of those games. After 2 weeks of daily grinding and learning the ins and outs, I've noticed some minor flaws, but the core game is just as I want it. Eterspire is a really rewarding game. Let me tell you about this game, and I am sure if you are anything like me, you will like Eterspire. The game starts with you making a personal character and choose one of 3 classes: Warrior, Guardian or Rogue. They don't have different skills in themselves, instead the bigger difference they have is the skill attached to their weapons. Some weapons can't be used by other classes, making some classes have different abilities through the various weapons that can be wielded. So you pick a class, and you are greeted with this NPC that teaches you the basics of doing a quest. Okay, I do that. Then you are teleported to the open game. Here is the first town, and here is where you start your journey to the epic loot. You can either just farm monsters that are close to your level for a good experience, or you can do the quest you are provided in game for some extra experience boost. And here is where you will notice a few features in this game. For example, that the Resurrection Angel don't really like you. Yeah, I will not die again, I promise. Another one is travel. To get to areas you need to navigate through this map. Blue areas are easy, green is harder and red is the hardest. But the colors will change depending on your level. So it's always nice to check where you can farm again after a while. Monsters that are close to your level are passive, and only monsters that are over 5 levels are aggressive. This makes travel to different areas easy, but you may also use these teleport orbs here to teleport instantly to areas of your choice. These are found within the game and they look like shining stars on the ground. I'm not 100% sure, but if you look at the map and you see that the map area is glowing, then that's a place where they have spawned. But as I say, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, it's not every time that you find those. And when you do, the teleport orbs do not always drop. So try to only teleport when you really have to, and of course if it's not that far away. One thing to know is that teleporting to towns is free, so take that into consideration when you travel. In town you can sell and buy items as well as start some quests. Or just show off your amazing gear. What's up? But that's not limited to towns. You can find NPCs in maps too, who sells random stuff, like trinkets that can heal you, prevent stun, slow or even blind. In the game different items drops randomly, but you will notice that every 10th level you will find new type of gear, all the way up to level 60. After this you need to farm the bosses. They are found in the map tab with this special icon. All bosses and monsters in the game can drop pets as well. For example, I got this fellow. He doesn't do anything, but he's damn cute. In Eterspire all items comes in, as of now, 3 different rarities: normal, rare and exceptional, with corresponding colors: white, green and yellow, or orange. Yeah, it's orange, isn't it? White is the normal gear and green is better version of the same gear. The yellow or the orange gear are from bosses and can get the best base stats, making them very powerful when upgraded. You will also find shards and a few runestones. Runestones are used to change level cap on the items and also reroll or remove bad stats on them. And the shards are used to level up your items. Now items comes with a predetermined level cap, but with the runestones you may expand that cap to further enhance the items. Max enhancement is +10. Going higher than +5 demands another ingredient. Besides from luck, soul fragments. Those are created by merging 3 shards of the same kind on the transmogrification. This table over here that you can find in Terasaga's cave. Here lives a bearded bald man that invested in cypress wood and lost it all because he can't talk to squirrels. Yeah, what can I say? The dialogues in this game is off the hook. He also lives with Sigberto, this bird here. There's also a few other combinations to make that you can find here. Now farming in this game is straightforward and you will meet some interesting characters along the way. Witches and lovers who all got their issues. Irma, for example, she had a whole factory for buttons, but when zippers came along she went out of business. Cause whoever needs holes in their zippers? But it is the grind that is the best part here. Finding the perfect rings or weapons to perfect your build. It's quite hard to get the drops that you want and the progress takes time. And even if you meet new players along the way, the grind here is hard. But it is fulfilling when you finally get it. Oh hell yeah! Finally! You will see other players farm on the same location as you do, and the local chat is always active. But do not worry, we have our own spawns of enemies, so you will never find areas cleared out, and spawn time is quick enough for a seamless farm. The same with bosses. Several players stand at the bosses, farming their own spawns, while having a chat, and of course to get the nice loot. Your characters also unlock skills at level 7, 15, 25, 30, 40, 50 and 60. They are passive and a good addition to the progress. Now this game has no pay to win, but it has a small pay to progress. You may purchase teleport orbs and the +5 upgrades, but other than that it is only cosmetics. The developers are working on the main storyline at the moment. They're also working on a new tutorial, a scary auction house, a less scary Android release and more cosmetics for the upcoming 1.0 release. So we have even more stuff here soon. So what are my final thoughts then? The game gives a good feeling of progress. The community is very friendly. It is apparent that the game have had some issues with cheaters, and despite some big actions towards that, there is still times when you see someone here and there. And since the game has no PvP yet, then it's really not an issue. Now what the game lacks is actually the time between looting. And what I mean by this is that at the end of the game, it is pretty much just standing at the bosses, waiting for the boss to spawn, which take about 5 minutes, and then kill it again. And even if that is nice, it does take away the relax time. You know, the time when we just enjoy the gear that we currently have. We could use a weekly boss or something that we could long for, something that we can't endlessly farm, so that we have time to just stand around. And yeah, maybe add a way to view others' gear. That would also be a nice addition. I think the game has a great foundation for the future, and I do have a few things that I would consider implementing in time, such as some form of trading, preferably lineage style, where you sit down and you put items up for a price so others can browse them and just buy them. Much more rather than an auction house. I'd like to see more intricate stat system, like stuff that we talk about in game, stuff like adding luck for magic find builds, and perhaps even some way to use runes to build items, like rune words or socketed items. But I don't know what the future holds, and perhaps they have some great ideas in mind. And already this game gave me some great time, and it will continue to give me some good feelings as I farm for those very rare items that I've yet to find. And I see you guys again. Have you been on the internet again? It costs a lot of money. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He's dying, man. Keep nuking the first one. I can tank this. This is no problem at all.